soybeans in here. That's planting soybeans again into an old maize field. So we've gone away from plowing disking. What for? There's our planter, as you can see. There's the planter there. Planting into a field. Yes, I still use Roundup. I will put my hand up and I admit it. But it is an essential part of my thing at the moment. We're looking at alternatives. But as I said to you, I think, even plowing or disking, it has got a place, but it must be used in the right time and for the very right purpose. Not just because, my grandfather did it, so I'm doing it. My father did it, and he told me I have to plow. That is totally the wrong reason. Everything has, I equate it to surgery in humans. Sometimes we have to have surgery to get better. But what do we do as humans? We go into a recovery phase. We go to the physio, we go to the doctor, we go for blood tests. We have to do that to our soils. If we do surgery, which is the plowing, the disking, etc., we then need to have a recovery plan. What are you going to do? Are you going to just leave it to sit there and bake in the sun? Or are you going to put some crops in there? You're going to put some cover crops, you're going to get some nitrogen from the legumes. I've got a basic John Deere planter, which I haven't done much to. Everybody thinks you have to go out and buy the expensive big kit. I haven't done that. I've put a little cutting quilter on there, which you can buy from Sarah, and that's it. The small scale planter, which you're going to see in the field, the Massey Ferguson one, it's got that cutting one on already. So that's just a standard John Deere planter with film there adaptation. I talked about spraying, and this is a very contentious issue that I've got a lot with small-scale farmers especially. And what Rolf pointed out about with the digital guys and the IT guys, you have to be very careful where you get your information from, guys, and what information is out there. Because a lot of the chemicals out there are horrendous for the environment. If they're horrendous for the environment, they're horrendous for you as the sprayer, the user, the consumer. Yes, I spray, but we try and do it as judiciously as possible. We make sure we're spraying only what is required. And we try and get very specific chemistry for the very specific bug or very specific problem. I also, on the commercial side, I have got a big sprayer, so we try and do a lot of our spraying at night when our bees and everything are not in the field. I know it's a difficult one, but I'm just trying to show you what can be achieved. You don't have to go and spray when all your bees are in and around your crop. You don't have to go and spray when all the beneficials are there. We've fitted lights to our sprayer so that at night when we spray we can see if it's nozzle as well. That's the lights on, lights off. And lights on again. Please be very, very aware of what you spray, when you spray it, and how you spray it. As brilliant as a lot of these online platforms are, there's a lot of I don't want to call it misinformation. It's information that is incorrect. And I don't believe it's being placed there maliciously, it's not the correct information. So please, with chemicals, be very aware of what you're using. Yeah?
When you talked about the advantages of spraying the light, what are some disadvantages?
Only diluting the chemical that you're applying. That is the only real disadvantage. Obviously,
the dew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of water on the. If you add up how much water, especially like tomatoes or something, you've got a lot of foliage. And if you spray it when it's too wet, either your chemical runs off with the dew or gets very diluted, so it doesn't actually work properly. But don't forget, a lot of our chemicals, etc., are designed, manufactured, engineered in Europe, North America, etc. They don't get UV indexes like we do. They don't spray them in the heat like we do. And commercial farmers, I tell you what, are probably worse than anybody. They put their hand up, this chemical didn't work. You go and look there. The guy is spraying in 35-degree heat at 11 to 14. The UV index is through the roof. The heat is through the roof. All the small particles are evaporating. So he's saying the chemical doesn't work, but whereas it's actually his fault for spraying. is this question. I don't like punting particular products, but there are products which have bacillus to control looper in soybeans if you need it. There's biobugrid, bioleprid, biobass. There are a lot of organic products available nowadays for
which are biological, not poison.
Which are biologically based. They are bacteria or fungal based things which control the bugs, which are a lot softer on your predators. A lot of them won't affect your predators. But once again, be careful what you're spraying and when you're spraying it. Because the one that I mentioned, biobass, affects things with an exoskeleton. Your bees have an exoskeleton of sort, not as much as a pupa does. But yes, there are options out there for biological controls.
Do you use any plants?
Any plants?
Yeah.
Lantana. But beware of lantana, it kills everything. Even your mombies. So sometimes in the past when we used to grow cotton, we used to brew lantana tea. We used to pick the leaves off the lantana, you'd crush them, let them steep in water for 2 days. So you let the lantana steep and then you spray that for red spider, but it kills everything. But generally plants, what I use plants for is more as an attractant for the beneficials. So like in our wheat this year where we didn't spray any insecticides, we had 2 strips of oilseed radishes, mustards, which attracted the assassin bugs, which attracted the ladybugs. So that they come to those, when they've finished all the pests in there, they then move out into the crop and protect your crop. So that's where I use plants more as an attractant as opposed to a control measure. We talked about tillage. This was, the volume's not very high. Okay, this is our wheat this year where we planted. We put a new pipeline in. So we had to disc that area in the field. As you can see, this is planted into all our soybeans. Nice, moist, damp soil. We moved 3 meters away. This is one disc pass in 18 years. Which soil do you want? And that's on a pivot, so it's not like we've moved from one irrigation. That pivot is going around. That is one tillage in 18 years. And that is the effect of water infiltration, water penetration. Guys, important thing, and it's wonderful to see you here, to get knowledge on what you're doing, where you're going with it. There's a conservation farming unit that ZNFU have. Farming God's Way is a big institution in Zimbabwe which has guys up here. Grassroots Trust, we had Mr. Rolf yesterday talking and he's here again today. Conservation Farming on Zambia on Facebook. There's the small scale page on Facebook which has got thousands of subscribers. Seek knowledge and ask. You will never find out the answer unless you ask. So, ladies and gentlemen, compost. Rolf probably touched on that yesterday. Is a vital part for small scale and emergent farming, especially if you have livestock. And this is where we talk about the livestock integration. You will never compete with inorganic fertilizers with regards to the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. But what compost brings is the biology back to the soil. With that biology, we've got enough nutrients in our soil for 1,000 years. We have to free it up. Chemicals can't free that up. Fertilizers can't free that up. The only way you're going to free that up is getting the biology back into your soil. And that comes back to that one of the first statements I said. Your soil is a very, very complex living organism that you have to look after as that. So don't treat your soil like dirt. This is my parting word to you guys. Please, it it can be a challenge. The system works. You've just got to work out the system for your production system. I can't stand up here and give you a recipe like we can in a cookbook, because you might be from Borokoso, you might be from Chingola, where you get 3 times, 4 times the amount of rain that I get in Mazabuka. Or you might be from Sesheki, where you get half the rain. The system works. Just work out the system for where you are and what you are growing. Are you growing tomatoes, cabbages? Then you need to get some grasses into your mix, some legumes. Are you growing maize, soybeans, maize, soybeans, maize, soybeans? You need to get something else in there. So ladies and gentlemen, any questions? I'm around for the rest of the day and I'll go around. Yes, ma'am.